Hello, everybody. Welcome back to class. Well, I do apologize. I was late, just a little bit. There was a wonderful video that was made by or put together by Paulino, one of the Spanish teachers here, and it had a lot of my students in it because over the past couple days I had some issues with my internet, and I had to cancel a whole bunch of classes because I couldn't be in here and teach, and so I had to watch this video because I got a message while I was teaching. I was like, there was a video on and whatnot, and so I saw it, and it made me really happy. So yes, the students here that I have at Verbling, you guys are the best. You guys are the most wonderful students ever. So thank you for that. That was great. All right. So this hour, this is a reading comprehension hour for about beginner intermediate, okay, level. So those who can read and comprehend just a little bit. Okay, we're going to be reading through some stories and answering those questions that we have for each short story that's there. Okay, I won't be focusing on pronunciation very much. Okay, but yes, we'll be concerned about answering questions more than anything. The link to the stories that we're going to be reading, I'll put here in the chat box. Okay, so go ahead and open that up. If you decide to hang out in Google Chat, I'll put it in there for you as well. All right, let's see who we have in class so far. Aichu, how are you? Aichu, can you hear me okay?
Hello, yes, I can hear.
Hi, how are things going?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Disconnected last time.
Yes. It's good to see you back in class, Aichu.
And me too.
All right. How about let's see. Uh-oh. I think we've got a whole bunch of other students coming in, so everything has frozen. All right, just a little bit. Okay, how about Laurent? How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. And Laurent, I think you've been in my class one time before or so. Is that right?
Yeah, I think one time away. Yeah.
Okay. Remind me, where are you from?
I'm from France, southwest of France.
From France.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good to have you here in class.
Thank you.
All right.
Happy
how about?
to be there.
Yeah, awesome. Bruno, Biana, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Okay. How about Liliana? How are you doing?
Fine, thanks. I keep busy myself studying English and French. They are my
Cool. Cool. Where do you go to study French, or do you stay here on Verbling and study French with other French speakers?
No. I usually take some French online free classes on Facebook.
Okay.
In a group of Facebook, so I take advantage of them because they are totally free for us.
Very nice.
Yes, I love French as well. It's a beautiful language.
Cool. Yeah. My mother speaks some French, and my father speaks some German. Yeah. And anyway, so we have some languages that were there, but I never learned any French. I wish I would have. But yeah, we'll see what happens later on in life.
Yes, try to study. It's a beautiful. I think it's a romantic language.
Yes, it's very beautiful. I like the language a lot. All right, welcome back to class, Liliana.
Thank you, Chad.
Let's go to Mehmet. How are you?
Yes. Thank you very much. I'm very good. I'm from
Excellent.
Turkey.
Cool.
Thank you.
Very cool. Were you in my class yesterday, Mehmet?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I remember you. Okay,
Thank you
cool.
so much. Yeah.
Great, man. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, how about Mustafa? How are you?
Nice chat. Nice to meet you.
Great. Good to have you back in class. How was your day today?
Nice. Thanks.
Good. Okay. Great. Welcome back to class. Let's see. We also have Shadi. Shadi's back. How are you?
Fine. Hi, Mister. Good. I'm good.
Great. Great. Good to have you back in class. Shadi followed me in from my last class where we were answering questions about advice or advice that we would give on certain topics. All right. Very good. Good to see you again. All right. How about Isabel? How are you? Uh-oh. I can't hear you.
Now,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, there you are. How you doing?
Okay. I am fine, and you?
I'm doing
okay?
good. I'm doing good.
Okay.
I tried, when was it? I think it was last night. Yes, yes. My time last night, you were giving a Spanish lesson, and I wanted to go in and practice with you, but I was too tired. I wanted it was I think it was intermediate as I think something like it. Anyway, I can't remember exactly, but I wanted to go in and practice. So one of these days I'll go in when I have some time off and you're teaching. I'll go into one of your Spanish classes. I think that would be great.
Yeah. Did you like this lesson?
I did, but I only could watch the first about 5 or 10 minutes of it, and then I was falling asleep, and I had to go.
Okay, no problem.
Because it was really late.
I was for you, other class.
Okay. All right. I'll try and make it into another class. So, class, this is Isabel is one of our Spanish teachers here at Verbeling. And yes, so she came to join us here. Well, welcome to class. Good to have you here. Let's see. How about let's see. Is your name Yilmaz?
Yes.
Hi. How are you?
Fine. And you?
I'm doing great. Yilmaz, I have not had you in my class before. Where are you from?
I am from Turkey, Antalya.
Great. And what do you do? What's your profession?
Actually, I am a solution developer, computer programmer.
Nice. Excellent. My father is also a computer programmer.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been a computer programmer since the early 1980s. So he worked with computers when computers were the size of rooms. All right, and he would have to take the cards that were the files, and he would have to hand transport them to the other part of the computer. So yes, that's how my dad got his start. Well, very cool. Great to have you in class. Good to see you here. Okay, you guys. So. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Teacher Chad. I am from the United States, but I currently live in Costa Rica. I only know 2 languages. I wish I knew more, but I do only know 2, and that's Spanish and English. So this hour is a reading comprehension hour for beginning students. Okay, the link I will go ahead and put the link back in the chat box. Now, oops, here we go, Mustafa. I needed to mute your microphone. There was a lot of noise that was coming in. That's okay. Let's see. Where was I at? Okay. So if class, if at any point you don't understand me, because I tend to get excited and I start to talk real fast about what we're doing and things like that. If I start to speak too fast, say, "Whoa, teacher, slow down," okay? And that's okay. You can tell me to slow down, and I will. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get rolling. So open up that link that I put in the chat box. When you do, this is what you'll see. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Okay, our first story is about the hurricane. Okay, now who can tell me what a hurricane is? Does anyone in class? A storm. Good. Yes, a storm. And is it a small storm? Is it really small, or is it big?
It's a big storm.
It's a big storm. Okay, like in the picture. Yes, like in the picture. And with strong winds, and it comes through, and it has the power to destroy things, right? So that's it. Yeah, crush and destroy. Okay, good. All right, so this hour, we're going to start over on the right-hand side with Yilmaz. Okay, and we're going to read through this this short story here, and then answer some questions that are down below. Okay, so let's start off. Yilmaz, let me have you read the first. Let's see, the first few sentences here, please.
Okay, the hurricane. Fanny's neighborhood was destroyed by a hurricane. If Fanny had known about the dangers, she would have left the city. If the government had warned the citizens, then many people wouldn't have been trapped in their houses by flood waters.
Good, thank you. And this word here is citizens. Citizens. Please repeat that.
Okay.
Excellent. Isabel, can I have you continue reading, please? Isabel? Isabel, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, now. If the government had listened to the warnings of environmentalists, the city could have taken more precaution. If there had been better planning, the damage would have been so severe.
Good, yeah, and this word here would be wouldn't have.
Wouldn't have.
Good, nice job, thank you. Shadi, let me have you finish off this paragraph, please. Shadi, are you there? All right, let's go to Mustafa. Let me have you read the last couple sentences here, please.
Of course. If Fanny had been warned, she could have gathered emergency supplies of food and water. If the government had provided buses and transportation, then everyone could have evacuated the area.
Good, yes. And this word would be evacuated. Evacuated.
Evacuated.
Good. Excellent job. Okay, class. Please take a look at this paragraph and tell me if there are any words you do not understand. Are there any words you do not understand?
I have one.
Okay, what word, Mustafa?
Precautions.
Okay, precautions. And let's see, where is that at? Oh, right here.
Precautions.
Okay, so the city could have taken more precautions. So if the government had listened to the warnings of environmentalists, the city could have taken more precautions. That means, okay, when you take precautions, it's guarding against something that something bad that may happen. So, for example, Mustafa, when I drive my car, I wear a seat belt. I wear a seat belt as a precaution because if I get into a wreck, okay, if I get into a wreck, it will hold me. That is a precaution so that I do not get hurt. Okay, if in, for example, in my family, we have stored a lot of food, so that if there is a war, if there are for example, in the state of Utah, okay, we have hurricanes, sorry, we have earthquakes, okay, as well as a lot of snow. If there is a situation, okay, where we cannot go to work, okay, we have food in the house, so that as a precaution, okay, to take care of whatever that danger may be. That is a precaution. Does that make
Thanks.
sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other words that you do not understand, class?
Yes, I have one. Gather.
Okay, so let's the word gather. Let's see. Where is that word at?
She could.
Oh, gathered,
Find it
right
like
here.
in one. Yeah.
Okay, gathered. All right, so gathered usually means to grab. Okay, so if you can go, you can gather or pick up. Okay, pick up and gather supplies. That means get to collect. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say, Nina. Good. Yes, to collect. Okay, is a good word to explain gathered. Collect. Whatever. Okay, you can gather your clothes. So let's say that you have dirty clothes. Okay, and you have to wash the clothes. You gather. Okay, you pick up. You gather your clothes, or you pick them up in a bag, and you take them to the washroom. Right. That is
Okay.
gather.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So here they're talking about gathering or collecting supplies. Okay. Any other questions?
Teacher,
What
I have a
about
question.
flood water? I'm sorry.
No problem. Please continue, my friend.
Flood water.
Yeah. Who had? Okay. So flood water.
Flood water.
Yeah. So the double O here would make an sound. So flood waters. Okay. So flood waters. Let's go to Google Images. Okay. So when there is a flood, okay, that's a lot of water that comes up. Whoops, I apologize. Okay, a lot of water. Okay, and we can talk about flood. Let's see. I'm going to go to images. I apologize. Okay, so flood waters. Okay, so these that you see here, this is flood waters. Okay, where there's a lot of water that comes in, and it covers everything. Okay, this is flood waters. Okay.
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 Okay. Are there any other questions?
One more.
Okay.
About floodwaters, the verb is to flood.
Yes, the verb would be flood.
Flood.
It's also a noun. So there, for example, there is a noun, a flood that is coming. It will. So now I'm using it as a verb. It will flood our neighborhood. Okay, so that's how you could use that. There is a flood that is coming. It will flood. So a flood would be a noun. Okay, it will flood. So now I'm using it as a verb. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Mehmet, did you have a question as well?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Excuse me, just for this word.
I don't want to ask.
So flood and flood water, it's the same word.
Floodwaters are that is a noun.
Yeah.
Floodwaters is a noun.
Yes, but you use flood like a noun too. There is
Yes.
a flood.
but in this sense, when you are talking about flood waters, this is only a noun. Okay, if we are talking about flood itself, that can be a noun or a verb, depending on how it is used.
But on this text, you can say in their houses by flood, and not flood waters. You can use both.
And trapped in their houses by you would have to say the flood. If you had only had flood, you would have to say by the flood.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Okay. So it's now Mehmet's turn.
Yes,
Okay?
swear.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yes, no problem, man. The damage wouldn't have been so severe. Severe.
This word right, severe.
Yeah, severe.
Yes, severe.
Severe. It's
good. Yeah. So severe. Severe is when something is really, really bad.
bad. Okay.
Okay. So if I scratch my head with a rock, it's really small, so I get a small scratch. Okay. Okay. That is a small cut. But if a knife hits me in the head, okay, that is a severe wound.
Severe. Yes.
Okay, so that's the difference. It's really, really bad. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You can get a severe cold. You can get a severe attack of the respiratory system. Things like that. When it's severe, it's really bad. Okay.
Okay. I understand. Thank you so
Good.
much.
Any other questions, class?
I have
Sure,
one too.
no problem. Any other questions? Yes, Mustafa.
Evacuated.
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 Good. This.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the past tense of the verb to evacuate. Okay, and actually, it would be the conditional sense because we could have evacuated, so that's the conditional. All right. So here, our verb is actually evacuate, and that means to leave. Okay, but we use this verb when it is an emergency. Okay, so I don't say that I'm going to evacuate work right now. I would say I'm going to leave work. Okay, you evacuate when there is a big problem, when something is dangerous, a fire, a flood, okay, a hurricane, an earthquake. Okay, you evacuate. Okay, if there's a gunman, okay, things like that. This week in the United States, we had another bombing in Boston. Okay, the people there evacuated. They evacuated that area.
Go out of the area.
Okay, they left. Yes, and you want to move quickly. Okay, when you evacuate, you move quickly.
Okay.
You go.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, class? Okay. Dario says, how do you say when a river has extra amount of water and the water starts to run all over? Dario, that is a flood. Okay, that is a flood. Okay, great. All right. Well, let's answer some questions. Okay, if no one has any more questions here, let's scroll down. Okay, so let's go to Mehmet.
Yes.
And please read question number 1 and give me your answer.
If Fanny had known about the dangers of the hurricane, what would she have done? If Fanny had known about the dangers of the hurricane, what would she done?
Okay, so our key word, you want to look for a key word. Okay, so how about the word dangers? That's the dangers. Okay, so let's take a look back here, and we're going to look at the very top half. Okay, where do you see in the beginning part of this sentence where Fanny and the dangers?
Finney's neighbors was destroyed by a hurricane. If Finney had known about the dangers, she would have left the city.
Okay, so there it is. So she would have left the city.
She would have left the city, yes.
Good, yes. So what would she have done? She would have left the city. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Let's go to question number 2, and this is for Liliana.
Okay, what could have prevented people being trapped in their houses? If the government had warned the citizens. No, sorry. If the government had listened to the warning,
No, you were right the first time. You were right the first time.
If the government had warned the citizens, people wouldn't have been trapped.
Yes, people wouldn't have been trapped, and you could say in their houses as well, or just say they wouldn't have been trapped, and that's fine. Okay, excellent job. So if the government had warned the citizens, okay, people would not have been trapped, or people would not have been trapped in their houses. Excellent. Okay, how about question number 3? Thank you, Liliana, by the way. Let's go to Laurent.
Yes, if the government had listened, if the government had listened to environmentalists, what could have happened differently? If they had listened to the environmentalists, the city could have taken more precautions.
Good. Yes. If they would have listened to the environmentalists. Okay. Let's try that word one more time, Laurent. The word is environmentalists.
Environmentalist.
Good. Good. Okay. The city would have taken more precautions. Okay. Excellent job. Okay. How about question number 4? And this is for Halwani. Halwani, you made it in. How are you?
Richard, I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for
Nice
asking. Okay, number 4, please.
Number 4. What would have lessened the damage of the hurricane? The government.
Okay. Yes, the government, but in what way?
What way?
Okay, so let's look here. So our keyword, what would have lessened the damage? So our keyword here is going to be the damage. Okay, and you could say the damage of the hurricane. Okay, but let's look for the damage. Okay, so let's scroll up here. Okay, and we're going to look in this part about right here, and we're looking for where it would say the damage. Okay, if you find the two words, the damage, together.
To take more precaution.
Okay, take more precautions. Yeah, and also right here, what does this say here?
Had better planning wouldn't have been so severe.
Good. Yeah. So they could have taken more precautions and planned better, right? Just like what you were saying, and then the damage would not have been so severe.
Yes.
Good. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, okay, so Halwani, let's answer this question, okay? So what would have lessened the damage of the hurricane? How could we answer that? Going over what we just read.
Yes. Sorry, just.
She could have gathered emergency supplies of food and water. Is this the answer?
Well, our answer here would be better planning. Better planning would have So we would say,
Take more precaution.
okay, better planning. Oops, how come I can't highlight that?
Hmm.
There we go. So better planning, and then we're going to use part of this question here. Okay, better planning, and then we would say, would have lessened the damage of the hurricane. Okay, so that's how we would answer the question in a full sentence. Okay, all right, nice job, you guys. Let's go to number 5, and this is for Aichu.
Yes.
Number 5, please.
Fanny could have gathered emergency supplies if she had been warned.
Okay, so if she had been warned, let's see here. Yes, if Fanny would have had been warned, she could have gathered emergency supplies of food and water. Excellent job. Very good job, Aichu.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to question number 6. And this is for Yilmaz. Number 6, please.
What would have allowed everyone to evacuate the area?
Okay, what would have allowed everyone to evacuate the area? Okay, so we're looking for keywords of evacuate as well as allowed. Okay, let's see here.
The government had provided us and
All right, let's take a look here at the bottom bottom part of the reading. Okay, what do you think, Yilmaz?
I don't have idea.
Okay, well let's help him out. We have the word evacuate right here. Okay, so it's at the bottom.
Can I answer
If the
this
government
question?
had provided buses and transportation.
Okay, what was that, Nina?
If the government had provided buses and transportation.
Okay, good, yes. So if the government would have provided buses and transportation, then everyone could have evacuated the area. Okay?
Could you repeat again, evacuated?
Say that one more time, please.
Could you say again, evacuated?
Yes, yes. It
Evacuate.
is evacuated.
Evacuated.
Yeah, so this word would be evacuated. The root or the base word is evacuate.
I understand what it means, evacuated, but I can't pronounce.
Okay, the root word is evacuate. Evacuate.
I tried. Thanks so much.
Okay, yeah, let's work on it. Okay, evacuate. Evacuate.
Evacuate.
Good, good. So with that V, remember when we pronounce a V sound, our teeth, these right here on top, right here. Evacuate. Evacuate.
Evacuate. Okay, I try.
Okay.
So thank you.
Right after the C, you want to pronounce, instead of a QE, okay, you want to pronounce a Q. Evacuate. Evacuate.
Evacuate.
That's it. Okay.
It's too hard.
Almost there. Evacuate. Okay.
Evacuate.
It's a difficult one.
Yes,
there you go. That's
me.
it. That's it, man.
Evacuate.
Good.
So much. Evacuate.
Okay.
Evacuate.
Sure, no problem. Okay, you guys. Are there any questions about the questions we asked or the answers that were given? Any questions so far?
Actually, the grammar is very difficult in these sentences.
Yes, because we're talking about conditionals and going
Yeah.
into third condition, right?
Yes.
Something that could be happen but never happens.
Exactly. Something that if someone would have done this, then I could have done this. All right.
Okay.
But the good part about reading about conditionals this way, we're not thinking of the answers ourselves. Okay, we can see it written down in front of us, and all we need to do is piece it together. All right, and practicing piecing that together at a beginning level or a lower intermediate stage is good. Okay, the answers are there. We just need to piece them together. Okay, and it's a way to get familiar with learning how we use conditionals, and then afterwards learn about how we use them to create your own sentence using the conditional tenses. Okay. All right. Let's go to our next story. All right. So we're going to scroll down. And Ryan's crazy class trip. All right, class trip. Who can tell me what a class trip is?
Do you mean the traveling?
Yeah,
Travel?
so travel, okay. And what about class? So trip would mean travel. Trip
Class,
means travel.
like students together go to somewhere, no? A class trip.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
true?
so
Is it true?
like class at school.
Like
Yes.
us?
Yeah, like you guys.
A group of people?
If I was going to show you a museum, okay,
In
and we
Costa
all
Rica?
went in Costa Rica, exactly, and we all go together, that would be a class trip. So, and then crazy. We all know what crazy is, right? Ah, crazy! All right?
Like yes, horror movies.
Yes. Okay, so a crazy class trip. So let's go ahead and read through. Before I had my first three readers on the right-hand side, and so let's go to Mehmet, Liliana, and Laurent. I'll have you guys read.
Okay.
So
Can I start?
yeah, let me see how much I'm going to have you read first. Okay. Let me have you read. Let's see. I think if we do that much, yeah. So go ahead and read that much, please.
Okay, I read your screen.
Sure.
Today Ryan woke up late for school. If Ryan had remembered that today was a class trip, he would have arrived on time. If Ryan hadn't been late, his classmates wouldn't have been annoyed at him. If he had remembered they were visiting a farm, he wouldn't have worn his best clothes. If he had known they were going horseback riding, he would have worn his cowboy hat.
Good. All right, Liliana, let me have you continue until picking, please.
Okay. Ryan hadn't tried doing cowboy tricks on the horse, he wouldn't have ended up face first in the mud. Also, if he has stayed away from the cows, as he was told, he wouldn't have been chased around by an angry herd. After lunch, the class went very picky.
Okay, yeah. They went berry picking, and let's see. I think Loudon, you are next. Let me have you finish off the rest of the paragraph, please.
Okay. If he had listened to the warning about poisonous berries, Ryan wouldn't have spent the afternoon in the hospital. But if Ryan behaved, there's problem with this. Okay, excuse me. But if Ryan had behaved himself all day, he wouldn't have had so many funny stories to tell his parents when he got home.
Okay, good, good. Thank you. All right, so class, take a look here at the story and let me know if there are any words or phrases that you do not understand.
Annoyed.
What one is that?
The third line. Classmates wouldn't have been annoyed.
Annoyed. Annoyed. Okay, this word means that you are bothered by someone. Okay, bothered, or someone is really kind of driving you crazy. Okay, sometimes, so for example, if you do have children, sometimes children can be annoying. They say, "Daddy, daddy, 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 daddy." Daddy. Okay, so that can be annoying. All right, I speak from experience, right? And so they keep doing that. That is annoying, especially if you are doing something. You say, hold on, let me finish this, and then I'll get to you. And they keep going, daddy. Right? And so that's called annoying, and that bothers you. Okay, it drives you crazy. Okay, any other questions?
Tricks.
Tricks. Let's see here. Oh, on the horse. That's what they were talking about, right? Where was that? Okay, cowboy tricks. Okay, cowboy tricks on a horse. Okay, let me see if I can get a good picture. Okay, so give me 1 second here, and this refers to fancy things or tricky things, really, that you can do on a horse. So let's see, cowboy horse tricks. Okay. Okay, so all right, so you see how he's standing up on the horse, okay? Or she kind of drops down below and then will jump back up, okay? Jumping, okay, roping. Those are cowboy horse tricks, okay? Or you see how the horse is laying on its back, okay? That's a trick. Okay, not something that is usual, and it's usually done to make someone laugh or smile.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions here?
Yes, he wouldn't have ended up to end up.
To end up. Where is that at? Can you direct me to it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He wouldn't have ended the
okay.
Sixth. Yeah.
So he wouldn't have ended up in face first in the mud. Okay. Yeah. So to end up. Okay. So for example, if I say last night was amazing. Okay. Me and my friends got together, and we first went over to my buddy's house, and we picked up the girls that were there, and we got into our car, and we ended up, okay, so our final destination, we ended up going to the club and dancing all night long. Okay, we ended up, so that's your final destination. Here we're talking about a trick. So he did a trick, but ended up, or after the trick, he fell with his face in the mud.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes. Chase around.
Chase around. Okay. Let's see. What? Oh, chased. Right here.
8th line.
Okay, so be chased around, okay, by an angry herd. All right, to be chased is to be followed, okay, followed, but running. Okay, so have you ever heard of a police chase? A police chase. Okay, that means they're driving after the bad guy. Okay, they are chasing after them. Okay, now, yeah. So you follow after someone, and it's usually you're trying to grab them or catch them. And here he was being chased by an angry herd of cows, I think. Okay, and any other questions? Nope. Okay. All right. Let's go to our questions here, and we're going to start off since I had Mehmet, Liliana, and Laura Reed. We'll start up over at the top here, and I'll have to skip over you guys because you guys read, and we'll start with Yilmaz, and I'll have you read question number 1 and answer that question, please.
If Ryan had remembered that today was a class trip, what would he have done? He would have arrived on time.
Good. He would have arrived on time. Let me have you repeat that. He would have arrived on time.
He would have arrived on time.
Excellent. Okay. Isabel, number 2, please.
Why were his classmates annoyed at him? Classmates.
Yes, this word would...
Okay.
There you go. Classmates. Okay. So why were his classmates annoyed at him, Isabel?
Okay. Because Ryan had been late.
Okay. Yes. So late and Ryan, but we need to change. We need to change in the middle. Okay. So because here, hey, we're asking a direct question. We don't have the word if in front. All right. So why were his classmates annoyed with him? We would say because Ryan was late. Okay? Instead of had been late, okay? Because he was late. Okay? And it's done and it's over and that's what happened. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Good. Excellent. Let's go to number 3, and this is for Nina.
Okay. Number 3. If Ryan had remembered they were visiting a farm, what would he have done differently? Okay. If Ryan had remembered they were visiting a farm, he would earn am I right? He wouldn't have worn his best clothes.
Good. Yeah. So he wouldn't have worn his best clothes. All I heard you say before was worn, so it might have broken up just a little bit, but that's okay. So yes, you're absolutely right. He would not, or he wouldn't have worn his best clothes. Excellent. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Nina. Let's go to Mustafa. Number 4, please. Mustafa, make sure to unmute your microphone.
Okay, unmute my microphone. And number 4. Why didn't Ryan wear his cowboy hat? Why didn't Ryan wear
Yeah, why
Uh,
didn't Ryan wear his cowboy hat? What do you think?
if he had known they were going horseback riding.
Okay, so here, yes, that's partly correct. So just like here where we did not have the word if in front, okay, we would need to change the answer a little bit. So why didn't Ryan wear his cowboy hat? Okay, because he did not know they were going horseback riding. Okay, so here it says if he had known they were going horseback riding, he would have worn his cowboy hat. All right, and our question is, why didn't he wear the cowboy hat? Because he did not know they were going horseback riding. Okay, so here we would not use the conditional tense. Okay, we would say did not know. Did not know they were going horseback riding. Let me have you repeat that, Mustafa.
There are so many echo. I don't understand you.
Oh, are there? Do you have a second a window open? A Verbling window?
Second window, document.
No, a second Verbling window, because right now I don't hear an echo.
There is. I closed it.
Okay, great. Did the echo go away?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
All right, so here we're talking instead of repeating this answer, okay, if he had known they were going horseback riding, okay, our question is why didn't he wear his cowboy hat? Okay, we're not asking if, okay, but why he didn't wear it. So instead of saying, yeah, we would say because, and I put the answer here in the chat box. Go ahead and read that.
Because he didn't know drink riding.
Okay, good. Yes, he didn't know they were going horseback riding.
He
All right,
didn't
excellent.
know
Thank you very
were going
much.
horseback riding. Thanks.
Chad,
Good. Yes.
I have a question for you.
Sure. What's your question?
Why we don't use that in the answer if he had known that they were going horseback riding?
Okay, so in the answer, okay, that they were going horseback riding. If he had known that they were going horseback riding, you can say that, and it would be just fine. You can say if he had known that they were going horseback riding, he would have worn his cowboy hat. Or you can say if he had known they were going horseback riding. Okay, either way is just fine. What's that?
What is the change? If
there is no change. The meaning stays the same.
So yes. We can use that.
Yes.
Okay.
You could use that if you wanted to, and in some cases, some people actually use that, and they prefer to use the word that there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, but there is no real change when you add the word that in that particular instance. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's go to Halwani.
Yes, sir.
All right, Halwani. Let's go to question number 5, please.
Number 5. How did Ryan end up face first in the mud?
Yeah, so how did he end up face first in the mud? Okay, and remember, here we're not asking if. Okay, so we're not going to use a conditional answer. Okay, we're going to use past tense. Okay, and that's how we would give our answer here. So let's take a look at this. So how did he end up face first in the mud? Okay, how about go ahead and read this sentence, Halwani, and we'll figure out how we are going to answer the question. Okay.
If Ryan hadn't tried doing cowboy tricks on the horse, he wouldn't have ended up face first in the mood. So
Okay, so we're not going to say hadn't tried. Okay, because that would be a conditional answer. Okay, so we're asking for specific. Okay, so how did Ryan end up face first in the mud? Okay, we would start off by saying he was. Okay, he was. That's how we would start that off. How could we end that?
he was tried doing cowboy tricks on the horse.
Yeah, he was trying to do. So he was trying to do cowboy tricks
on the horse.
That's how we would. Yeah, that's how we would answer that. He was trying to do cowboy tricks on the horse, and that is why he ended up face first in the mud. Okay, excellent job. Okay, you guys, thank you all for coming to class, and for those of you out in watching land or text land or chat land, thank you for participating as well. I will be continuing to do beginning reading comprehension and vocabulary classes as the days go through. Okay, thank you all for coming to class. It was great meeting some new people, as well as seeing some familiar faces. All right, take care, you guys.
Thank you for everything, my friend.
Take care.
Bye. No problem.
Thank you for patience. Thank you for your patience.
Sure, no problem.
Bye.
Take care of yourself.